What's going on, everybody? Oh, yeah, yeah. It's been a long day. How's everybody doing today? I got a late start for the day. Had a long, you know, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, I feel like the, not only do the days go by quickly, but who else feels like this? You feel like by the time you wake up, right? Don't you feel like the activities that you can squeeze in a day, you feel like it's limited? Like, you're only able to do so much in a day. Like you can't, you know what I'm trying to say, as far as activities go. And then guess what? The day just flies. Like the day's like almost over. You guys ever feel like that? Like you have like a limited amount of things you can do. Like you wake up, you try to do what you got to do, and then you look again, you look at the time again, whatever, and you just realize kind of like how much the day's gone by. And yeah, it's like a I don't know, I wouldn't call it like the Twilight Zone, but and it just goes like repeat. You feel like every day's like that. I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. It's kind of like you're not actually living life. I don't like it. We gonna figure something out though. We gonna break out of the system soon enough. Soon enough. But how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a good day so far. What's today? Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. I got my YouTube family right here. I got my TikTok family right here. Just to let you guys know. Um, you know, and yeah, I just wanted to hop on real quick and go over something with you guys real quick. Um, this is so the topic, something I want to speak to you guys about, right? That is really important. Uh, so today I want to basically go over something that's important that I feel like can save a lot of us. You know, a lot of us can be a little hard headed at times. We probably won't. There's certain information we probably won't want to take. You know what I'm trying to say? But I just feel like someone has to say it. So if y'all want to go ahead and shoot the messenger, go for it. Because if nobody else is saying it, I'm gonna say it. You know what I'm trying to say? And I'm saying it because I care enough. Because I want to, like we can't just sit in dysfunction and just like let nothing good happen. You know what I'm trying to say? We can't all be scared and not speak up about good stuff. Like we can't just let every day be bad and just, you know what I'm trying to say, like we gotta call out some of the negative stuff. That's how I feel like we're gonna be able to progress a lot better and faster for the future. You know, like all this stuff that's happening in the world. There's so much going on. It's just I don't know. But today specifically though, I want to talk about um what we need to work on internally, right? So I decided to break this down into two videos. Today I wanna approach the fellas today. Today's the fellas. Appreciate the hearts. Smash that like button, you guys. Like you guys come on in. Smash that like button, hit that follow button. I got more content on the way. So today's gonna be speaking towards the fellas, right? And next week I got a separate video I wanna speak directly towards the women. I want to approach each of us one by one. So nobody will be like, "Oh, you just attacking female, or you just attacking the men." Nah, I want to talk to everybody. We all in this. All right, we all in this boat. So basically, there are things that I feel like both men and women, need to work on internally on the inside, right? And I got a couple, I got a little list here. A few, a couple things that I have listed. I feel like if we were to pay attention to these things and try to work in these certain areas, I feel like, we kind of improve ourselves. Not only will we ourselves become transformed, become better people, but I feel like it'll also obviously make our lives better. And by better, it means you'll be able to, the people around you will like you more, or you'll be able to attract more opportunities, open more doors, things like that. Yeah, I believe truly do that. All right. Um, living in this world, guys. Some, I can't speak for all of us. Some of us, we kind of haven't had that guidance. You don't haven't had anybody to teach you and show you, to show us like, how to grow up, how to be an adult, things like that. And unfortunately for a lot of us, we have to learn as we go. All right, we have to learn as we go. And this is just a few things that I feel like once again, that I feel like, I would want to bring to the forefront. Let's talk about it. And then if we feel like we're struggling in certain areas, try to work in these areas, and we become better people in the long run. All right. So let's get started. Once again, take a lucky guess. All right. So I just saw your comment. Take a lucky guess. All right. So this um today's topic is gonna be once again towards the men, right? Towards the fellas. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Still take a lucky guess. Um, so once again, today's topic is going to be towards the fellas on what I feel like we should work on more internally, right? Next week, I want to approach talking to the woman directly, but today is for the men, right? All right, so let's get started. Let's get straight to it. I don't want to use up too much time. I know everybody got things they got to do, and we're just gonna make this quick for everybody. All right, smash that like button, guys. Hit that follow. Smash that like button, so this can get pushed out through the algorithm. Hit that like button, hit that like button, and hit that follow button. All right, let's get into it. All right, so number one, right? Number one, numero uno. What I think we as men need to work on internally. All right, number one is drum roll. All right, pride. Pride. Yeah, pride. Number one thing that I feel like a lot of us men need to work on internally is pride. I'm sure a lot of the women are sitting there yelling from the top of their lungs, "Yeah, you right. Get them, get them." I ain't trying to make this a man versus woman kind of thing. I ain't gonna make this a, you know, an Avengers. What's that Avengers one called? Civil War. I ain't gonna make this a civil war. Alright. Honestly, we're in this together. We're all trying to grow. That's the purpose. This ain't to bash one another. This is not a bashing one another kind of thing. This is more of a holding a mirror up to your face, and let's all try to see, all right, where are we messing up at? Where are we struggling at? Some of the areas that we might not even realize it. A lot of us, we do realize it. We just choose to still move in that direction out of stubbornness. But hey, we gotta bring these things to the forefront, right? So, like I said, number one, pride. Pride for men is a huge issue in this world. We all know this. Okay? Um Pride is a huge issue that drives a lot of men into the ground. Okay? We can be stubborn. Hold that pride to our chest and up. Look at the devil. Look at Lucifer. Look at the devil. How he got pride, and what happened with that? God threw him out of heaven. See that? You see what pride gets you? Pride gets you tossed out of heavenly places. So what we got to do? What we got to do with pride? What are some things we can do with pride, guys? As far as like approaches we can make to just work on the pride. Work on pride, reducing the pride from within. I think we should definitely work in this area of pride. Okay, so if we're approaching life from a prideful way, which a lot of us are, um, let's really just sit back, analyze, and make some motion in that. All right. Once again, that one is pride, guys. Pride. Let's work on that pride. Work on the pride. I ain't gonna sing it, but I'm gonna sing it or say it, whatever. Pride, guys. Let's work on it. Smash that like button, y'alls. Smash that like button, hit that follow button. All right, that's number one. Number two thing that I feel like a lot of us men need to work on internally, right? And this is another good one because I feel like it helps to shape and mold us, right? All right, what is this one called? Well, it's not, it doesn't necessarily have a name, but I will say this, and that is this: don't listen, don't listen to red pill content, guys. That's a big one for a lot of us fellas in 2020 and beyond. 2020, ever since 2020 and beyond, red pill content's been blowing up, doing this thing. You know, it's primarily, I want to say this with red pill content. Red pill content is primarily based off of hatred, guys. Red pill content is primarily built off of hatred. And it's meant to point out the flaws of a woman. If you pay close attention to each of the red pill contents, for the most part, it's not necessarily to help draw you closer to women, but it's more intent. The intent is more to like help to make men like more divided from women. That's really what it is. It ignores, but it ignores the works that we need to do within ourselves. It points out the flaws of a woman. See, if you guys pay close attention to red pill content, yeah, you gotta really pay close attention. It points out the flaws of women, right? But what else does it do? It neglects the fact that we as men need to work within ourselves as well. If you pay close attention to that, it's kind of like it finds ways to justify a man being a man, and just only always pointing out the negatives of a woman. Like, oh, she's this, she's that. Don't approach her, she's this. Don't approach. But they rarely talk about what we as men need to work on, or what we as men where we fail and fall at. You get what I'm trying to say? And that is toxic by itself. If you fail to see what you're wrong at, you'll never, not only will you never see yourself as an issue, as the problem, but you'll never grow. And that's how the devil likes to work. The devil will, the devil will give you like little truths here and there just to kind of give you enough, but he'll never give you the entire full truth. And if you can't get the full truth, then you can't grow. You'll still remain stuck. That's how he works. All right. So once again, with that one, guys, and this is towards the fellas, I'm trying to give some guys some pointers about what we need to work on. Is stay away from red pill content. Red pill content it's red. The pill is red for a reason. All right. It's poison. You thinking it's good because they're bashing women like, oh, just to kind of have you focus on like the negatives of a woman. But that's not how you should look at it. We shouldn't look at it from just bashing women by itself and that's it. Yes, they're not perfect. Women are not perfect. Guess what? Guys are not perfect either. We are not perfect, so we shouldn't act like we are. We can't act like they have all the issues in the world and we have no issues in the world. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's not how it works. We both have our flaws. We both do. And we both need to work on our flaws. Whether it's individually or together. I mean, normally it's individually first, and then you find the other person, you guys grow like that. But if the person is also like the kind of person they don't mind growing with you, then that's also a beautiful thing. All right. Hold on, my light just cut off. Let me see if I get it back on. All right. So once again, number 2 is cut out listening to like red pill content. Cut that stuff off. Red pill content is the devil. It's nearly the devil's seed. It's kind of like the devil's seed. We don't want nothing to do with the devil. All right. No, no bueno. All right. All right. Smash that like button, guys. Hit that follow button, guys. All right. I got number 3. We are on number 3 now. Number 3 for what I think men need to work on internally. What I think men need to work on internally. Number 3. We need to work on humbling ourselves. All right. We need to work on humble, to become more humble. All right. Which is pretty much the opposite of pride. You know, I've already mentioned we need to work on pride, you know, our pride issues. You know, if we have, you know, our chest held to the ceiling, you know, we feel like can't nothing come for us, things like that. We got to work on that. So once again, the opposite of pride is what? To humble yourself, to be humble. So we need to, so that's the solution right there to pride. All right. If you feel like you have a pride issue, just work on humbling yourself. I bet by me just saying that one little statement right there by itself, I bet it offended some people. Probably like, who do you think he is telling me to humble myself? I don't want to humble myself. I want to stay prideful. Like, I mean, you can stay prideful all you want, but not a lot of people gonna like you. I'm being real. I'm my name ain't truth for nothing. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. The more prideful you are, the less people like you. A lot of people think that just because they're prideful. I mean, matter of fact, let me give you a small example. If you don't believe me, ask a lot of, because I've been lately I've been watching a lot of like content about, I guess, like modern women. They're going through it right now. Like a lot of modern women, um not all women obviously, but like modern women, the type of women that they're very rebellious. They expect for a man to pay, you know, to go to to a crazy high end restaurant on a first date. You know, they super entitled like that. You know what trying to say? Like they're those type of women, right? So if you don't believe me, ask them what's going on with their lives right now. How they feeling right now? They're going through it. Like I said, I've watched enough content with like modern women, and because of their pride, because they fail to humble themselves, a lot of men don't want to deal with that, especially as a woman. It's like one of the biggest turnoffs for a man. Actually, it's one of the biggest turnoffs for a man. A woman who's like prideful and not humble, that's a super turnoff. At least for me it is. I can be real with you. For me it is. Like I ain't got no patience for that. I done been there, tried that, done that. Nah. I ain't got the patience. You just gotta go, bruh. Ain't no words to be discussed. I ain't going back and forth with you. Cause certain people, if you hard headed, you full of pride, you fail to want to humble yourself. It's like some people you can't get through their skull. It goes both ways, not just women, it's men too. You know, like you can try to speak to somebody, it's like talking to a brick wall, and you can't win a fight like that. You're not gonna be able to win. Um, so just don't play their game. All right. So once again, fellas, we got to work on humbling ourselves. I feel like humbling ourselves as men is one of the most attractive things to a woman. One, right? Women love that. So if you're a fella listen to this, I'm putting you on game. Um, and by a man humbling himself, also real huge points that you'll get is society will respect you more. Society respects a man who's more humble than a man who's prideful. Like, believe it or not. Because when society sees a humble man, they it's kind of like rare. It's rare to them. It's more rare to find a man who's more humble than a man who's more prideful. We all see prideful men on, you know, on the media, a lot of you know, a lot of stars, you know, stars and artists, things like that. They have pride. We see it, and it's kind of like, you turned off by it. You know what I'm trying to say? But when you approach it more from a humble side, it draws people to you. All right. Um, I can give you. Let me give you one example right now, off the top of my dome. Um, woo. Okay, forget it. You know what? Bump it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask you guys. All right. Two people. Two people. Or should I do four? Two people. I'll keep it at two. Two people. One will be I'll give you the prideful person, and then the second one I'll give you the humble person. And you guys tell me who you prefer. All right, who you prefer, and which one you prefer, and which one you kind of like look up to in a sense, right? You got that like admiration for. All right, here we go. Prideful person, a Donald Trump. Let's go with Donald Trump, Mr. Trump. Okay, Donald Trump is in the prideful side. Humble side. Let's go with a Paul Walker. Obviously, he's no longer with us. You could tell, like in the time that he was here, he was a humble guy. So, but let's go with Paul Walker on the humble side. Okay, we got a humble side, Paul Walker, prideful side, Donald Trump. Right? Obviously, so between the two, who would you feel like you're more like drawn to in a sense, or you look up to in a sense? From what my I mean, let's go off of my observance. My observance between the two. Now you see with Mr. Trump here, we all have our say about him. I mean, as the years, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but as the years progress, because I'm sure at some point he had more fans in the beginning, and then I feel like as the years progressed, his fan base probably like dropped, started like slowly like dropping, or so. I mean, the decisions he makes and things he says, and it's just a lot. It's a bit. I don't hold it against you. I was never really a fan. I just listened to what people were saying, just to kind of like follow the stuff. But all right. So with Mr. Trump here, we see how he is, right? Now let's look on the flip side with Mr. Paul Walker. Um, Everybody see how Paul Walker is. He carried himself a certain way. I mean, from my understanding and from how I see it too, he had a huge fan base, and a lot of times I would read like some certain comments. People will comment on his like personality and how he's humble, he carries himself. He's he just seems like a cool, laid back type of vibe kind of person. Basically a lot of people had respect for him. That's from what I gathered. A lot of people had a respect for Paul Walker. So this is just comparing two people, two individuals, one that's humble and one that's prideful. And you got to kind of ask yourself, all right, which one would I want to be more like? Would you want to be like the prideful person, or would you want to be like the humble person? That's something we all should ask ourselves. And from that decision, you make your move. I hope you don't say the prideful person. All right, let's move forward. That was number three. Number four. Number four to what I think men need to work on in this world internally. In this world, what men need to work on internally. Number four is, as men, don't be afraid to open up more. Don't be afraid to open up more. Work on we have to work on our trauma, guys. We got to work on our trauma, with basically keeping to ourselves. I know that a lot of us, because I'm a guy, so I can relate. I can speak to you on this level. I know what a lot of us go through, right? And a lot of us, we face certain traumas, right? Certain traumas in our lives, or we just feel like we're in the space of like this dark space where we're by ourselves. No one really understands us. We always have to be like strong for people. Um, and a lot of people probably won't even understand it. They'll never see it because we have to kind of like stay strong for them and things like that. And what it does is a lot of the times is it makes us become this person that we never thought we would be. You know what I'm trying to say? We kind of become like more in a bubble. Like we kind of like close ourselves off, from the world, from the people around us, right? And basically what it also makes us do is we don't want to communicate. We don't fully communicate with people around us. We don't open up to the point we could normally be ourselves. We're not fully ourselves basically. We're probably like 50% ourselves, like half. We're like half of ourselves. We can't fully open up, fully be ourselves. We can't fully be joyful, fully be, because of the traumas in our life. We've been strong for so long. We've carried such a title for so long that we've had to hold our end up. That anything less, a lot of the times, will be perceived as weak, or you're not a man, things of that nature. A lot of us go through that. But I mean, I would say, me personally, I don't listen to the outside world. Don't ever listen to what the outside world is telling you. Don't listen to the world telling you, oh, you're not a man, this and that. Like, you're I wouldn't say you're perfect the way you are, but you are good the way you are. Obviously, we all need, we all could use improvements. We all need improvement. That's different from saying that you're not worth anything, or you're not worth it. You are worth it. All right, honestly, you're worth more than you realize. Nobody will tell you that. This world only expects for us men to um, be this Superman, and it's kind of like they always expect and take and take and take, but they never pour into you and understand what you're going through. We have to keep this persona of being tough and strong, and that can kind of backfire on us. All right. So, like I said, don't internally take in what people are telling you. Don't let that affect you. Right. But one, I'd say use anything that's on the outside world. Use it as fuel to push yourself to become a better person. Not in the sense of listening to them and being like, yeah, you're right, I'm going to do what you're saying because of what you're saying. But do it because it's going to put you in a better place in the future, and you're going to put yourself in a better headspace. Appreciate the likes, appreciate the follows, guys. Hit the like button, hit the follow button if you feel me. Hit the like button, hit the follow button if you feel me. Yeah. But once again, fellas, just know that you guys are loved. All right. Don't feel pressured by the world around us. Don't feel pressured. Do not feel pressured. Don't feel like you have to do things because people expect you to do it. You are a man. Stand on solid ground. You are able to feel. You're able to have feelings too. You are human. Don't let nobody make you feel like you're a robot, that you can't have feelings. You definitely have feelings. Just because women are women and they have feelings, that doesn't mean men can't have feelings because they're men. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, both of us are human beings. Men and women are human beings. Both of us can have feelings. Obviously, for men, we shouldn't overdo it and like letting our feelings make us like feminine in a sense. Like, don't like uh throw it in people's faces. Um don't because basically there is a limit. There is a limit. Because there are some guys who they lean too much on, and then they vocalize it, they show it. And there is a limit. I will say that. I must say that, and I will say that. But Don't let it take you out of the game of feeling too. You can have feelings and you can adjust and you can make actions based on those feelings. All right, so you're not a robot. You're not a robot. Just control your feelings. All right, control your feelings. All right, let's move forward. Once again, that is opening up. All right, fellas, I feel like we need to work better on opening up to people. Don't close yourself out so much. I'm saying this because I know how we are as men. All right, all right. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. That was number 4. Number 4. Number 5. Number 5 on what I think men in the world need to work on internally. Let's talk about it. Number 5. Fellas, we need to work on showing more love and affection. No, we are not going to be singing that who is that? Future? Love and affection. No, we ain't talking about that. We ain't singing it. We ain't talking about that. No. I mean in general, we do need to work on showing more love and affection, guys. I say this from the bottom of my heart. I will say this. Two points for this right here. One, we do need to show more love and affection. A lot of us are closed out from that. And okay, and the second point I want to add on top of that, right, is I also understand why a lot of us are not. Why we are not showing love and affection. In today's society, what's out here in the streets, it makes you not want to show love and affection. All right. I know that what's out here right now, a lot of the feminizers, the women out here are not the type you really want to pour into, or at least, yeah, they when they're takers and not they don't pour back into you. I can fully understand that. When they look at you as like a banking system, it's hard to show love and affection to someone who sees you as a banking system. I said that part so that the women can hear that too, by the way. So that's an area we need to like adjust and work on. Because you can't expect for men to love you and show affection to you if you only see him as material. He's not a robot, ladies. When men see that women only see them as a banking material, they see that they have someone that they cannot fully open up to, someone they cannot fully rely on, someone that they know that is not fully there for them. And when men see this, they they close themselves from you. They can't fully trust you. The trust is not fully there. And one of the worst things you can have in a relationship, or one of the worst things you cannot have, you cannot have in a relationship, is trust. Huge. If you don't trust the person, if you feel like you can't fully trust a person, that's a huge hole in the relationship. You need to feel that trust needs to be there. All right, that's huge. That's one of the biggest issues that I can tell you right now that I see is happening in the world around us. Is trust. I mean, I can't expound on that enough, because people can say, "Oh, I love this person," all they want, but if you don't trust the person, it don't matter how much you say you love a person. You get me, blood? I hope you heard that. I'm gonna repeat that. I might even make that a shirt. You can say you love a person as much as you want. You can love a person, who knows what the number looking like for that. Like, but if there's no trust there, it don't matter how much you love the person. That trust, oh, that little no trust overrides that love that you have for that person. Keep that in mind, for real. That means if you are currently in a relationship and you feel like you can't fully trust a person, either you talk about it, try to work on it, fix it, or don't prolong it more than you need to, because you're just prolonging something that's not supposed to be there, a thing. Don't waste your time, don't waste their time. Well, they're wasting their time, so just don't waste your time. So once again, it comes back to my fellas. I know that it's tough out here to show love and affection, because I feel like in order for a man to show love and affection, you have to show it to the right person. I'm a man, so I can tell you, I know, I understand. I understand. You don't want to show it to the wrong person. I've been there. But to the right person, you'll travel the world for. You know what I'm trying to say? You'll push a mountain for. You'll do some unthinkable things for. All right, let's move on. Actually, I think, okay, we got two more points. Then we're gonna call it. Number six, to what I think men in this world need to work on internally is we need to be more generous and courteous in public. Fellas, we need to be more generous and courteous in public. I mean, I put public and I say public, but it should be in public, but it should also be behind the scenes too. It shouldn't just be in public. You don't just put on a show for people to see and that's it. No, you should be generous and courteous, like all year round, behind closed doors, in the public. But I really say in public because from what I see is happening in the world is obviously I'm not the kind of person that jumps on the bandwagon of people saying like chivalry is dead, because I don't believe chivalry is dead, right? I think chivalry is very well still alive. It's just it's not really happening a lot at the same time, right? It's not fully it's not we see that it's there's some it's lagging, should I say. It's lagging. All right? And I say we need to be more generous and courteous in public. Say for example, for example, holding the door for someone. Really small, simple one. I try to exercise that a lot. Like I would try to exercise it a little bit more. I go out of my way to do it. If a person is like a certain like feet from behind, I know someone's behind me, maybe like a few yards behind me. If they're not too far, I wouldn't mind holding the door open for like a few more seconds. You know what I'm trying to say? Like we have to consciously think like that. Now, obviously, if they're too far behind, then you don't sit holding the door for too long. But you gotta be the judge of how long you're gonna be able to hold it for. But that's an example. You're getting me, blood. Like, holding the door is one example. Other examples could be helping someone out in public with something. As men, we have to exercise these things a little bit more. I want to see this more in society. You see someone struggling in public, help them out. You see them, help them out. Don't just see them and keep moving. Like that's don't do that. We need our men to help. We need the men to stand up. The way society is looking, we can't lean on the government for better tomorrows to come. We ourselves, and I won't even start with I'm saying this directly to the men, not even to the women. We ourselves as the men, It starts with, I feel like it starts with us. Because if we start it, the women will follow. I know. I know when I said that, a lot of you are laughing. You probably like, follow? She's hard headed. She's not going to listen to me. I know. I get you. I know. It's not looking very good out here right now. I get you. Um, that is the unfortunate side. But on the fortunate side, fortunately, there are some women who are willing to still follow men. It's not impossible. And I say do good anyways, regardless if they follow you initially or not, because even the hard-headed ones, I feel like once they, because I feel like there's a shortage of solid men. That's the issue in this world right now. No matter how much women can be toxic and things like that, it's because the women are like that for them a lot of the times because they see that there's a lack of men respecting themselves, men, um, not just bending to to the woman's will, not being a yes man all the time to the woman, things like that. If you stand on all 10 and you don't let a woman, you don't chase women, you don't let women like uh dictate who you are as a person, influence you too strongly, things like that. You're not like head over heels over, and you're not like completely losing yourself over them. If they see that you are a man with dignity, you respect yourself, and you have your limitations and things like that, they're gonna respect you more. They are. They're gonna respect you more. They're gonna move on that. But if you are like kind of like like this on on that simpy vibe, you're a simp. You're willing to just like quickly like give them like pay whatever, give them like or whatever, like they won't respect you. They won't respect you. All right. So that's why I say I feel like if we as men show them that we are men, women will respect you more, and therefore they will follow you more. It's just that simple. I'm telling you. All right. All right. So that's being generous, being courteous in public. And let me add on one more point to that: being generous and courteous in public. By the way, right? Being more generous and courteous in public, it makes people look up to you more. People will look up to you. They'll see you as rare. Like, oh man, he held the door open for me. It's so sad. We're falling as a society when people seem kind of surprised that you're even holding the door for them. That's how you know we're taking a step back. Because if people are surprised by you just holding the door for them, that's an issue. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. All right, let's move forward to the last and final point that I have here, guys. The last and final point. What I feel men need to work on in this world internally. In this world, what men need to work on internally. This is another big one. Is greed. This is a really big one, actually. Greed. Greed. I figured I'd spell it out. This is what I feel like. Not only does it separate the boys from the men, because I feel like boys are more inclined to be greedy. Men, we don't lean on greed. And by boys, yes, you can be a 40, 50 years old person, and like I said, I still call you a boy, because if you're leaning on greed, age has nothing to do with it. It's a mentality state of mind. It's a mental state. It's a mental thing. It means you never grew up. All right. I say greed because greed opens up doors to other avenues, guys. One being money. One of the biggest one we all know is money. You know how they say money is the root of all evil? No, the love of money. The love of money is the root of all evil. That means when you love money too much. Boys love money too much. Men know not to let this thing, this item, this material control them. I might make that into a shirt too. I'm gonna start making shirts so I can buy it as merchandise with a lot of these. Ooh, excuse me. With a lot of these words and phrases. Boys let money control them. Men know it knows not to let them be controlled by it. We are not to be controlled by money. We know that we are the ones to control money. You see the difference? Don't let money control you. You got to be the one to control the money. Bars. 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 Like I said, I might make a shirt, so stay tuned. Now, as far as appreciate the likes, appreciate the hearts, appreciate the love, you guys. I really do appreciate it. Smash that like button, hit that follow, subscribe button, guys. Now, as far as greed goes, right? I would probably go as far as saying, and now, although I'm saying this applies to men, it really applies to both women and men, by the way. This is not just a man issue, this is a woman issue too. Both of us go through this. This is an issue for both of us. I truly believe, though, that since men are the head and the leaders, I truly believe that if men would not be greedy and had more control in this area of greed, I not only believe that women would follow, I feel like women would follow. They would see, oh, he's not a materialistic man. If women ran more into men who are not materialistic, they would learn to get right faster. It's because we live in such a society where, you know, like everything has influenced us to become so cringe. The media, the music we listen to, has caused women to love after a man who has money. The music we listen to has influenced men to introduce money first to the picture, to show what you got, how much money you making. All right, boom. Like I got this amount of money. Look, this is what I got. Holding my little, the little money spread when they holding the money up like that. Yeah, that's what the music has done. It's making us show that side first before we even show who we are as a person. It's backwards. It's flipped. We got to work on that. So once again, not only do I believe women would follow if they ran into less materialistic men, but I also believe that this world itself will be a better place as a whole. If men did not lean on greed, if you just didn't lean on greed of finances, greed of anything, just cut it out. It would lead to less dysfunction, less corruption, right? Less dysfunction, less corruption. If you don't believe me, ask that fellow, what's that fellow name? Epstein? Go ask Epstein about that. Go ask Epstein what greed looks like, and what it will get you. I mean, we all hear what's going on in the news, and you know the news outlets around us with the whole lists and all that, with everything going on. For the love of money, guys, for the love of money, for greed, for the love of money, you would do anything. Once again, go ask Epstein. You would sacrifice kids, guys. I said it. You would sacrifice children for the love of money. You wouldn't care how the kid thinks, how the kid feels. You don't care that you're taking a child from their family. You don't care about those things. You just care about the money, and that's it. You would even backstab your own family for greed. For the love of money, you would even backstab your own family. That shows how it shows that greed and the love of money, there is no limits as to what you would do. So I will repeat the listing that I have for what I think men in this world need to work on internally, guys. I'll repeat it. And I think so. Let's go over them one more time. Number one, we have pride. One is pride, guys. Two, stop listening to red pill content. It's poison. It's not actually helping. It's actually poison. Three, we got to humble ourselves. Four, don't be afraid to open up. Don't be afraid to open up. We got to work on our traumas that cause us to become closed out. 5, show more love and affection. Show more love and affection to the people around us, to our loved ones, things of that nature. 6, be more generous. Be more generous and courteous in public. All right? And 7, greed. Cut the greed out. These are 7 points that I have for us fellas that I feel like we in this world we need to work on internally. If you don't work on if you don't work on all the things on this list, try to at least work on one thing on this list. Maybe one time a week. Do it in increments. Or do it one time a week. All right, boom, move on to the next one. All right, what's the next thing on the list? If you feel like it's difficult for you, do it one thing at a time. Once you do this, you'll see how you become more transformed. You'll become a different person, a better person. And then people will be able to look up more to you. You'll be looked as I'll even go as far as saying, you might as well make this, I should have titled this a high value man list. I might just do that. What I feel like is a high value man. That's what I'll do. That's gonna be the title of this. This is gonna be a high value man list. Next week, you guys tune in next week, Wednesday. I'm gonna touch on what a high value woman looks like. Today is a high value man. Next week, I will touch on what a high value woman looks like. Catch me next week, Wednesday, when I go live. And yeah, catch your boy, all right? Hit that like button, hit that follow button so you can get notified when I go live or when I post, so you can catch the content. Once again, today is a high value man list. If you haven't seen the video, I will post it. Go ahead and rewatch it so you can catch all the points. And like I said, next week I'm gonna come out with my what I think a high value woman is as well. Okay, high value woman list will be for next week, Wednesday. All right, you guys. So I'll leave it at that. Love you guys. Mucho much. You guys are awesome. Once again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I got some songs coming out for y'all real soon. Yes, I make music, so that's coming through too. So follow your boy, hit that like button, hit that follow button, and you will hear from me again. Holla at your voila, and I will see you on another dollar. I just made that up, but we finna run with it. All right, you guys, I love you, and I'll catch y'all next time. All right, y'all, peace out, stay safe, be blessed, and much love, y'all. It's your boy Truth. Truth be told, catch you next times. Yeah.